Who is Skibidi Scientist really? From all the issues of Skibidi Toilet, this is a character we don't meet often, but believe me, he is one of the key antagonists of the whole war. Today I'll tell you what his main secret is, the gruesome details of his experiments, and you'll learn more about the main villain of the whole universe, Skibidi Toilet. Go! The Skibidi Scientist first appears in episode 30, we see his robotic claw and he is in a black metal alloy toilet, which tells us about his uniqueness and exceptional abilities. For example, the strongest Skibidi toilet also use black metal for their toilets. But what is his main strength? We know that J-Man is the commander of the Skibidi toilet. But even he realizes that ordinary toilets don't have much power and that the agents can easily flush them. Realizing that he can't handle the high-tech development of the agents using only primitive toilets, he creates an underground laboratory. We first see it in the 16th episode, where we can clearly see the upper room of this laboratory and even notice a character that looks a lot like a Skibidi Scientist, but we can't confirm that it's him. At the end of this episode we see the first technological development of the Skibidi Scientists, namely the initial version of the Skibidi POW. But what exactly does this episode tell us? From the look of the lab building, I was able to locate it in the city. It is located in the westernmost part of the city. This area is the base of all Skibidi Toilet because if you look at the city from a height, we can see that the western part of its suburbs are under the full control of Skibidi Toilet, and the eastern part under the control of agents. J-Man tried to place this lab as far away from the agents as possible to keep new developments safe. But that's just the top part of it. What the underground lab hides is where the experiments on the powerless agents themselves are conducted. In the 30th episode, when the scientist himself appears, we can see that his latest development, a Skibidi-like parasite, is coming out of his mouth. But believe me, this is not an isolated incident because in the corner of this room we see tortured agents who are waiting to die and we can only guess how many of them have been killed. But where did the Skibidi Scientist come from? We all know that the author of this series, Dafug Boom, is a fan of the universe Half-Life. The images of all characters, for example, such as J-Man, taken from the original version of the game Half-Life 2. Skibidi Scientist is no exception, his image is taken from the character of Dr. Kleiner. This is a scientific genius and one of the key scientists in the city Half-Life. He is the main antagonist in the game and plays an important role in the story. Externally, Dr. Kleiner is an elderly man with white hair, but his true age and past remains a mystery. This is all very similar to the Skibidi Scientist, who is the main engine of progress Skibidi Toilet. To call the scientist a coward is difficult, because he once even appeared on the battlefield where there was one of the strongest characters of the entire Skibidi universe, namely Speaker Man Titan. Now he is under the external control of Skibidi Scientist, and the power that has the scientist himself can even be compared to the power of J-Man. In the next episode, Skibidi Scientist technology will only develop, and to defeat J-Man, agent must first defeat Skibidi Scientist. That's it. Write in the comments your theories. Also do not forget to put a like and subscribe to the channel. With you was Kieran, bye bye.